Alright, so I haven't made a video in a long time, but today I'm going to show you how to fully refurbish and repair, oh wow, that's a big dent, a Panasonic, what's it called? Panasonic RQ SX41 cassette player. It's pretty nice, yes. I thought I could sell this as mint condition, but I just noticed that really big dent, so I don't know. So sorry about the video quality, by the way, because I'm recording this with my old phone. Bought a new phone, hasn't came yet, but I want to make a video with my old phone for the last time. So okay, so what you need to repair this cassette player is, firstly, you need a paper towel just to protect the surface you're working the cassette player on. But you need some type of clean oil, Loctite for screws, a Phillips head screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, some drill bits, yes, 2 pairs of pliers. I don't know. These aren't pliers, they're tweezers. I don't know where my second one went. You need a bunch of cotton swab, yes. You need a soldering iron, which is here, behind this thing, the neck of the guitar. You need some type of demagnetizer, so I have this one. It's shaped as a cassette. All you do is just put it in your cassette player, demagnetize the head. You need a calibration tape. What else? Oh yeah, you need the belt. So I just bought this from eBay. I believe there's only one seller selling this type of belt. This cassette player uses 2 belts. Keep that in mind. Alright, you need some type of silicone grease. You need contact cleaner. Do I have everything? Seems like it. Of course, with soldering, I recommend using leaded solder, and you need some good quality flux here. And you do need a desoldering tool. When we replace the belt, we have to calibrate the speed. And so to do that, you need a software in your computer. It's called WFGUI. It's only available for Windows, but you need that so you can monitor, so you can measure the wound flutter and monitor the frequency. And so that's pretty much it. So let me just move the camera. Close to here, I guess, so you can see. So we can see, how this works. Oh right. I'm gonna try to do this as fast as I can. So here's a timer, and yeah, let's get started. All right, so here's my really cruddy camera setup. But okay, something I forgot to mention is you need rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, to clean the head, and the pinch roller. And I know rubbing alcohol can, dehydrate the pinch roller or whatever, but I only worry about that with older models, not newer models like these. So first thing you do is just remove the screws. Keep the order in place. Just watch what I'm doing on the video. Can you see it? Yep. Well, this one's kind of tight. The body might be a little warped, I guess. Just realized I should be wearing my glasses. But yeah, so keep the orders the same. Like, remember where each of these screws, like where they belong and stuff, because they're different length. So just remove the screws. By the way, this is the Panasonic SX models are one of the most difficult cassette players I ever repaired, but that's why I'm making this video, to show you guys. Alright, so once it's removed, you can remove the top casing by just prying it open like that. Okay, set that aside. Okay, now what are we looking at here? Here's the motor. And I can see the belt in it, and this is the ribbon cable that connects the head. Just remove that for now, gently. Yeah, just like that. Okay, so we need to remove this thing is cracked right here, so be careful. I think it still holds, but just be careful. So we gotta remove these screws, and there's arrows pointing to each one of them. But after you remove the screws, you still can't take out the board, because you gotta do some desoldering. You gotta desolder these joints here. Get rid of those solder. Get rid of these. This is for the electromagnet. They call it a plunger. So you gotta get rid of the solder here. And that's pretty much it. On the older models, it's a bit harder because there's a tape deduction switch thing here that you need to desolder. So turn on your soldering iron. I'm setting mine to 300 degrees Celsius. And while that's warming up, let's start removing the screws. Now these screws are all the same length. Let me look at the timer. How long did that take? That took like 2 minutes or so. So, alright. So just remove these screws. You don't need to worry about the order they were in, because they're the same size and length. There's one here. I think that's all. Alright, so it's important when you're desoldering to use some type of fume extractor, which I have one, but you know, just make sure you're in a well ventilated room. I'm gonna turn mine on. It's a little noisy. It's a little noisy, but y'all can still hear me. So here, can I get a close up? Okay, using my phone digital zoom right there. Look at that. Look at that pixelation. Okay, so oddly enough, there's no joint here. That's normal. That's normal for this model, because I took one apart earlier and it was the same thing. So I'm just wetting the surface with the tip of my soldering iron and just sucking it up. Okay, so they're using lead-free solder here, it seems like. So turn up the temperature to like 325-ish, because they're using lead-free solder, which needs more heat to get it flowing. Actually, something that would help is, let me take my good solder. Let me take some good solder here and just wet the surface a little, just to get it flowing. Jesus. Alright. Normally this is a really quick process, but they're using lead-free solder, so it's a little slower than usual. But yeah, just get rid of the solder. There we go. My tool is kind of clogging up a little, but it's fine. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Go around this area once more. There we go. It unclogged itself. Nice. Just get rid of as much solder as you can from the joints. Just like that. I think that's enough. So it's not enough, but what you can do is, if this side is completely clean, which most likely it will, you can just lay the soldering iron here and lift up the board while everything is still wet. yeah, I removed the solder here, which is the negative battery terminal. Let's go like that. Yeah, they're using lead-free solder. I'm gonna turn the temperature up to 330. Yeah, just burp, excuse me. There we go. Be careful to not knock, to avoid knocking off these capacitors and resistors or whatever around these joints here. So what do we have? Loose board. So I just gotta lay the soldering iron here and lift up the board now. Just laying the soldering iron onto the joints. Okay, it's not working that well because, oh shit, oh wait, I did not curse. I melted the battery contact a little. Let's remove that by just pulling it off. This part can get stuck a little, the pin for the battery. So I just pulled it out of place. Come on. Oh, okay, there we go. And there you go. Comes right out. Okay. That's good. Right? Okay, before you shut off your soldering iron, just leave some solder on the tip. Maybe clean it a little. I have one of those steel wool cleaner thing. Alright, so while the flux is burning off, I'll leave the fume extractor on for a bit. But turn off your soldering iron. Set this board aside. Actually, don't set it aside just yet. Because while it's out, where did I put the... yeah, so use your contact cleaner. Just spray the volume knob a little. Spray the volume knob. And just move it back and forth to remove any oxidization. Alright. Just like that. Nice and simple. Alright. Here's a switch here, which is pretty important. Let me tell you why. This tells the player if it's in reverse, stop, or forward, or whatever, right? Leave it in the middle, because when we're putting it back together, we'll know that we gotta set this mechanism to the stop position, which is in the middle. So we don't break the switch and all that. Okay, so take your tweezer, just remove this belt here, which is all worn and, you know, gooey. Try not to break it, or it's gonna be a real mess to clean. As you can see, you can't see the second belt because it's probably spooled around the motor here because it's all melted and gooey and such. Alright, now it's quieter. Oh yeah, it's here because I'm having trouble moving the motor. So there's a C-clip holding everything together because the motor is essentially just two magnets sandwiched together. Okay, so remove the C-clip. You can just pull up on the magnet just like that. Nice magnet. This is an improvement of the original ones where I have one right here where they didn't put like a plastic coating out here, so the material would just flake off, but they improved it here. As you can see, there's some belt residue there. Let me clean it off. I'll just use the contact cleaner on the Q-tip for now to clean that off. Here, you see that? Okay, so it's been about been less than 10 minutes. Okay, good. Alright, this is pretty messy, so let me take these 3 screws out. It's a good idea to... right. Oh no! Oh no! Alright, I forgot. I forgot that this model, it's a good idea to put the screws back onto the frame so they don't fall out, like what just happened. So I'll just put this one there. I'm gonna put all 4 screws back in. This one goes in here, I think. Yep, okay. So it just goes in like that. Gosh, something just fell off. Okay. Piece of plastic just fell off, but I know where this belongs, so don't worry about that. That's gonna happen. Don't worry. Alright, so what I was gonna say is you gotta open this up. Put your finger right underneath the motor while you unscrew this, because if you warp the frame or whatever in any way, it's gonna screw up the mechanics, and so one side might not play properly. So these 3 screws are all the same size, don't worry about it. Alright, so now this coil can just come off just like that. Alright, now let's get rid of these gunk. Get rid of the gunk that's on here. Okay. Yeah, so just get rid of it, just like that. And just make sure it's clean enough. There we go. It's pretty clean, pretty clean. How long have I been recording? 13 minutes, okay. Okay. Set that aside. Let's see if this motor needs any lubrication. It doesn't. It spins really freely. Pretty free. Doesn't make a noise. Nope. Sounds completely smooth. So I'm not gonna lubricate that. In the older models, you will need to take this out, drip some of this in, lubricate it. So I'm assuming that, yeah, these don't need any lubrication at all. Oh, lucky for us. Oh, my phone just rang, I'm sorry. Lucky for us, we don't actually need the drill bit. Okay. So for most people, when repairing this cassette player, you need a really tiny drill bit and drill through this plastic here. Well, take off this gear here, right? Stick your drill bit through the center and just open it up a little, because this plastic shrinks over time, and it just like it shrinks, and it just like squeezes the spindle here, and it doesn't move. But in this case, I got lucky, I'm fine. And so by removing this gear, you gotta be really careful, because I think Panasonic used a different plastic compared to all these other gears, so it's really easy to crack. It's like really brittle. So what you gotta do is remove the C-clip here. Don't lose it. Take the clutch out. Take your tweezers, kind of like stick it in here and separate the 2 clips that's holding the gear in place. And while you're separating it, take your second tweezer, put it underneath, push up a little, remove the first tweezer, and it should just come out. But this cassette player is in pretty good shape, so I'm not gonna mess with that. Which plier is worse? Okay, it's this one. I'm gonna use this to get rid of the old belt, which you can see it's just kind of like goo now. It's not too bad. I just gotta remove some of the corrosion that the belt caused the brass to, you know, to create or whatever. I'll show you what I mean. It's like green stuff caked onto the spindle. Oh, that's gooey. which is really annoying to clean. So there we go. Damn, it's gooey. Shit. Okay. Did not curse. Yep. It's a family-friendly channel. Don't worry about that. Oh, jeez, it's so gooey. I guess just try scrape as much off as you can before you decide to clean with any liquids. Okay. So now that's done. Just add the belt in now. No, I'm just kidding. We gotta clean the pulleys. So let me observe this for a sec. This side is pretty clean. Alright, nice. This side's pretty clean as well. Wow, I'm pretty lucky. So it's just the motor that's really the issue. So what I like doing is I'll take my cotton swab, wet the tip, that, just take some of this, pull off some of the cotton, right, and just use your tweezer to clean the motor. Don't put too much pressure because it is on the spindle right now, so we don't want to damage the bearings. But you can see what I'm doing here. Just using the tweezers to push the cotton into the center of the spindle to clean it out. You see now it turned all black. So just keep doing that until it comes out clean. Alright, so I'm just gonna pull this out. Don't touch the spindle, don't touch that. Just pulling it out to make it easier to clean. I'm just gonna take a paper towel. Something like that. Dry paper towel. Let's go like that. Alright. So I can't actually reach into the groove there. So now I'm just gonna take a knife. Razor blade. Wrap the paper towel in like that. The magnet's gonna try to attract itself to the razor blade. But I'm just gonna try push the blade into the groove. I keep hitting the tripod with my head. Jesus. Oh gosh. Yeah, try not to cut yourself. That's always important. You see, oh, that worked pretty well. Yeah, that worked. Check this out. Can you see that? Can you see that? Yeah. Let me wet the paper towel, I guess. Some rubbing alcohol. Try using the knife again. And don't touch the spindle, especially since your hand's now wet with rubbing alcohol. You don't want to ruin the grease or lubrication that's on there. Damn, I just hit the tripod again. Alright, so yep, still needs more cleaning. I'm just using my fingernail for now. Let's do that, yeah. Hopefully my phone doesn't die. It's still pretty dirty. That's fine. I'll just use the cotton method. Alright. Nice. See that? Now the reason the knife was sticking onto the this magnet here is because it's made out of steel, and this tweezer, although it's metal, it's aluminum, which doesn't have magnetic attraction properties or whatever. It probably does have like a little, but you know, not enough to be an issue. I just dropped it. Don't worry about that. Okay, I see the problem. I have better tweezers that can reach into the gap here and clean that out, but it's fine. I'll take a piece of paper and just clean the groove. Just like that. Just get it as clean as possible. I can't believe I'm still in frame. Okay, it's getting there. The paper needs to be a little thicker, so I'll just fold it in half. Try to get as clean as you can. "25 minutes, okay. Going good on time here. This normally takes multiple hours. That's really clean. Not sure if my camera can pick this up. Probably not. Oh yeah, it can. Wow, I'm surprised. But oh, it's pretty clean. The video is kind of... oh well, that's better. Alright. Check this out. Look how clean that is. You want your pulley to be as clean as that. Nice. Alright. Now let's use the cotton method to clean these. I actually want to assemble the motor back. So place this. Place the coils back. And let's use some Loctite for the screws to make sure that the vibration won't, you know, move them loose over time. It's fine because these screws are screwing into brass, so the Loctite isn't going to damage anything. Don't use the Loctite on plastic because it eats away plastic. Make sure they're nice and tight. Don't put too much pressure on to the body. Remember, you don't want to bend the frame. That might ruin the mechanism. Because it happened once. Alright. There we go. Nice. Pretty good. 25 minutes. Alright. Okay. Is this still wet? Yes, it is. Alright. Am I in frame? Yep, okay. So, just time to clean this. Shouldn't be too dirty. It didn't look like it was that dirty. So remember, don't put too much pressure because that will ruin the bearing. Oh yeah. Jeez. Christ. Just rubbing it like that. How am I spending my Sunday afternoon? I'm fixing cassette player. So you see there's some greenage there. That's fine. Let's clean this one. It's almost 5 o'clock. The sun's about to go down. So it'd be great if I could finish this before sundown. Yep, greenage, which is just, you know, the belt, the organic belt or whatever, reacting to the metal. You're not gonna get the same greenage on the plastic gear. Jeez, come on, just get in there. I need better pliers or tweezers. After this repair, I might be fixing the iPhone, which I don't want to do. At least I'm not earning money. Alright. Need some more cleaning. Yes. Going to... oh, actually, I just realized, since the pulleys are not magnetic, this is a way faster way to clean. Just wet your paper towel and just use the knife. Just use the tip of the knife, the blade or whatever, to clean in between these pulleys. Oh, I forgot. This makes it way... it's like a lot better. Just take my word for it. Just go like that. It's a lot more effective. That was already pretty clean. Alright, nice. Alright, let's fold it again to make it thicker, so we can actually get the walls of what's in here. Yeah, that's pretty nice. So glad that none of the old belt got into the gears here. That would have been a horrible mess. Nice. How much play is between these gears? I guess that's normal. Okay. Normally one side sounds worse than the other. I don't know why. This side. Take our belt now. Let's install this. Now you get two belts. Let's see. You can see one is smaller than the other. The small belt goes onto the motor. You get a pair of tweezers that won't actually break the belt. Okay. Simple enough. Just, you know, just do what you see here. Oh, come on, my fat tweezers won't go in. Okay, there we go. Pretty good. That's squared. Okay, nice. Okay. Here, let me change the camera a little. Add some more excitement. Wow, my phone's gonna hot. This one. Try to avoid the gears because, you know, they might be greased up. You don't want any grease on the gears because that would cause slipping and, you know, obvious stuff to avoid. Nice. Is that squared? Yes. Squared. Nice. Okay. Now before you place the board back, let's make sure this is in the stop position. Actually, we gotta put this magnet back, so just hover it, and you will notice that the bottom magnet will try to align with the top. So once you got it centered, drop it down. I like dropping it down because I feel like it helps center it while it's falling. Alright. Let's put the C-clip back in. So the C-clip goes right back on like that. Okay. Yeah, so let's put this in stop mode. And to do that, you gotta pull down this plunger. So right now it's in forward, side A, side B, and alright, and stop, which is also reverse and fast forward, as you can see. Reverse, fast forward. Okay, that's good. So now this piece of plastic here will line up with the switch on the board. Anything else? Oh my gosh, okay, so I only got 30% left. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, just gotta relax. Alright, so there's no corrosion on here. But normally when there is corrosion, you gotta clean this pin here. Some rubbing alcohol, and that doesn't really work all the time. So what I like doing is just covering the whole thing with solder, cleaning it with flux and solder. That normally works. Here was a piece of plastic that fell out. It was this one here. Just place it back, I guess. Place it back, just like that. Is that upside down? No, it's all good. It's all good. Turn back on your soldering iron. This time you're gonna use leaded solder. Make sure you wash your hand after you're done, by the way. Gonna set the temperature to 285. Because the service manual for these things recommend that on the older models. So, let's plug this back in. This is the playing head. Be careful not to not to tear the ribbon cable. Oh jeez. It's hard doing when there's a tripod in front of me. Or actually beside me. Oh gosh. Just get the ribbon cable. Oh my gosh, that plastic fell off. Just get the ribbon cable back in there, just like that. Alright, nice. Hopefully the head isn't damaged. On a lot of these Panasonic, the heads are they die over age. Oh, my computer screen went off. Okay. Well, what I mean is they lose their like ability to read the tape correctly or whatever. So one side might sound weak and whatnot, but when you do have a perfectly working one, it's really a blessing. Because I personally prefer Panasonics over Sony, because the heads sound a lot better when they do work. They support a much higher frequency range, which I like. And the amps on these SX model, although not anywhere near hi-fi quality, it's actually really decent. It's pretty good. They sound better than the Sony Walkman FX models. Better than the EX1, but the really high-end EX models, like I have a 615, it's probably on par with that, or maybe not. It's good, but it is really good for what it is. But the older Panasonic models, the RQS, those I really like them. They just sound really good. So the screws are back in. Let's just start soldering. Oh, I thought something broke, but no, it's just a screwdriver fell. Alright, start soldering again. Dang, my phone's hot. I had my phone for almost 5 years. Got it sophomore year of high school. I'm now a sophomore in college, so yes. Hopefully my head isn't blocking the view. I don't actually own a camera with a reversible screen, so I'm just guessing all the time if I'm in frame or not. Alright, how are those joints? It looks like there's some lead-free solder in them. That's pretty good. I'll take that. It's not like the factory done any better. Alright, end frame. I wonder how's the audio. Never really recorded dialogue with this microphone before. Damn! Alright, that's too much solder. That's actually pretty ugly looking. Giant blob here. Oh my gosh, are you serious? So the solder is sticking onto the board because it needs flux for it to flow. Oh, that's pretty crummy. Whatever. You hear that squeaking noise? For some reason I find that kind of pleasant. Alright. Set that aside. Nope. Alright, there we go. Awesome. Hopefully the belt is in decent condition, like the one flutter would be acceptable. Because if it's not, we might excuse me, have to remove these screws and try to flip the belt. It's a square belt and one side might be better than the other. Because these things are generic belts, you know, they don't make them anymore. slide that back on. This battery doesn't actually fit well, but I forgot to bring the other battery up here. So yeah, hopefully there's enough charge. Speed correction. Not yet, Calvin. Gosh, it's almost 40 minutes. Okay. We gotta clean the transport. Oh, the tape transport. We gotta clean the pinch roller and the head. And while we're in here, I'll also demagnetize the head. Oh man, I really don't want my phone to die just yet. So just go like that. Why won't it come off? Whatever, I'm just gonna... Should I force it? Nah. There we go. Nice. We're in. We are in. I'm just gonna take the pinch rollers out so I can clean them faster. Fuck. That fell. Alright. The head is in really nice condition. Got a nice shine to it. I'm just gonna take my tweezers. Take one end of it. Put it underneath the pin that's holding the pinch roller in place. Oh, that's not working. That's not working at all. Bear with me. Here we go. Same with the other side. Wow, I'm still in frame. Come on. There we go. Alright. Now, remember to keep the pinch roller where they are, because they might have different wear on them, so that might affect the speed if you get them mixed up. There we go. Now, it doesn't really look like they have a top and bottom, but I'm not going to screw with that. Take your rubbing alcohol, paper towel. Let's see how dirty these things are. It's gonna be a long video. Well, it's pretty clean. Remove any excess. Nice. Nice, that's one ugly pinch roller. Well, it's clean. Let's put this pin back in. It's a really delicate process right here. Come on. So my fingernail is a little easier. Nice. Making this video because there's no other videos out there. Well, there was, but the guy deleted all his how repair videos. I don't know why. Forgot the name of the YouTuber. It was pretty entertaining. He was he had some really cool models on his channel, which I was trying to look for, but he deleted his video, so I don't know which cassette players he had I was interested in. It was like, he was like, this is the thinnest and most difficult Panasonic cassette player ever. I probably own it. He was probably talking about the RQ S85 model. I have the supports Dolby C. I have the S60 model, which is fine. Sounds pretty good, but I guess the head isn't as good as the Adobe C one, but whatever. It's not like I collect these things anymore. I only have like 3 of them. That's it. Nice. Almost done. Starting to get to the point where this is the point of this is the part of the repair where I'm so done. I just want to get it over with. So I'm just cleaning the transport with rubbing alcohol. Make sure you dry it. But that head is really clean. I'll be disappointed if it doesn't work. Demagnetize the head. Turn that on. Put it on here for like 10 seconds or so, I guess. Push the head right against that. Right, 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, there's a clock right in front of me. I forgot. Okay, I'll say that's about 10 seconds. Oh shit, it slipped. Oh, okay, nothing. It's all good. Slowly remove it away, you know. Okay, let's put the cover back. Oh geez, it's so annoying. Line these back up. I want to go down. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you see, there's like a pivot point here. You can probably tell where it goes in person. All right, put this back. It's kind of hard to put back because these brackets, the screw holes kind of stick out a little. They go into the case, the lid here. All right, nice. Am I gonna Loctite this? No, because the screws here doesn't even have any Loctite. So just tighten them normally. It's not lining up. Should I? Whatever. Let's go like that. Make sure they're nice and tight. Gosh, I gotta study calc after this. Jesus. Calculus 2. There we go. It's really handy to have a magnetic screwdriver. Just make sure you don't touch the head with it. Okay. Now we're gonna go on the computer. Set it to 3 kilohertz because that's the tape I have. Alright, signal is low. Let's see. Wow, that's really bad. Okay, I'm gonna take the 3 kilohertz tape I made with my cassette deck. I'm gonna put side A, test side A first. So there's something really neat about this cassette player, which I really like, which is it tells you if the battery's charged or not. Oh, the battery fits fine. Okay. You press this button, and it's halfway there. Okay. So we're just twisting this screw here next to the motor to adjust the speed. Play. Is that center gear broken? Please do not hit me in the eye. Okay, it's not popping out. I think it's all good. Oh, that's not good at all. Hey, it's really average. Why did Panasonic change the design on this? It made the bottom flutter so much worse. It's fine. That's fine. Whatever, it's fine. All these side B's. All these SX models, the side B always plays perfectly. It's just side A is like, man. Why did they change the design? That's let me look at this. That's actually better than I expected. It's not half bad. Alright, so what's this? Minus, it's about minus, let's see, the worst it dropped was, let's say it's about minus 6. Keep that in mind, that number just said 6. Let's do side B now. Wow, I can hear my neighbors. Side B. This is side B. You see it performs so much better. What's that? That's minus. It's also minus 6. So, oh no. Okay, look at that drop. Okay, let's say minus. It's gonna drop. That's pretty good. So the other side was minus 6. Oh, the clutch broke. Shit. Fuck, man. Damn it. Why do I have carpet? Alright. The clutch broke. See that? See that? The clutch broke. Bruh. Shit. Come on. Where did it go?